Welcome everybody back to Dialar's Twi'lek Tactics. Thanks for coming. First off, I apologize that there was no content last week. It was my week on call for work. I worked an 85-hour week. Last thing I wanted to do was to come home and pretend to be chipper, right? So I only make YouTube videos when I want to make YouTube videos. I'm not going to do it when I feel like I have to. So this video is going to be a day late. This is going to be a kind of a hybrid state of my account. We're going to go over my account, basically what I did this previous week and what I plan to do going forward into the weeks ahead. But also, we kind of have to address the elephant in the room with the state of the game. You know, Wolverine is doing it. I just saw it today. Andy had a whole live stream about it. At this point now, I'm concerned. If we don't get something tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I still love this game. This is my primary game. This has been pretty much the only game I've been playing since January. But, and to be honest, I've punched about $500 a month into this game. Right? Because I have the discretionary income. I like the game. I want to be good. I wanted to catch up. But if we've got no updates coming, if there's nothing coming, then what's the point? And I want to show you guys here right now. So I did buy the premium membership last week. If I just turn my head off, there you go. You see, it's 20 days left on the big one, the big bad boy. But the little ones, the Omega and the Alpha, I got one more day. And part of me kind of wants to go free to play. But what I'm most likely going to do is I will just purchase the Alpha membership. And then if we do get some kind of Battle Pass or an Omega Pass, and who knows if we're going to, I'll buy that. So then that's, you know, $20 a month put in this game. But, you know, I got my character up to a good point. I got my roster up to a good point. I play in a competitive alliance with people that are free to play, so it's doable. It's just I've always had that issue where if I see it and it gives me a significant increase in my roster, I usually buy it because I can. But my wife just mentioned tonight she wants to go to Cuba in February, so I think I've come to the conclusion that for now, unless we figure out what's going on in this game, and you guys can hold me to this since I'm saying it in this video, I'm only going to buy the, whatever it was, the baby membership, the baby perk, the Alpha, which gives the Trading Grounds tickets, right? It gives a little bit of crystals. But I've been racking in about 1,500 crystals a week. So, and then with this, you get 100 crystals a day, so that's, what, 700 crystals a week. Plus 1,500, so 2,200 crystals a week. That's, I can live off that. But I'm going to let the Omega membership, I'm going to let it expire. And then I'm not going to repurchase the premium membership. Okay, so now let's actually, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's silly now. It is absolutely silly. The new numbers from Who is Deathpool came out. For the Hydra server, and we lost another 180 people this week. So now their total accounts on the Hydra server where I play is about 1,980 accounts, which, it's 2,000 people. But just for an example, I want to show you guys something. So if we go look at alliances, my alliance is in the process of doing a merger right now. So you see, whoa, holy crap, why? What is going on, boys? The night crew for AR is not doing their job. Crazy for a Monday. But Aunt May's Cookies, which was usually third, which I joined last week. I used to be in Mary Jane's Cookies. We took second this week because the guild that always took second, Calamity. You see it's not on here? There it is right there, 31st. Because they've merged with us. So the number 2 guild, the number 3 guild on the server are going through a merger right now. Because people are losing players, people are shuffling. It's I don't want to say it's the end of times, but it's definitely dire times. So I'm going to cut back my spending, which is probably the last thing that this game needs. But it's... to this point, I had always stayed positive, but I can't... Now I have to address the reality that it's been weeks without a word. And if we look at the timers in game... not this one. This one. So we got the big timer, right? This is the Wolverine, but Scarlet Witch was the same thing. That its timer went way overdue, right? In 2 weeks, if you've been logging in every day, you're gonna get all of the goodies from the Wolverine event. See right there. So basically, 2 weeks in a day, and then this thing is effectively done for most people. And then this crafting event goes with it. I don't know why. The only way you can get tokens is to buy them in the shop now. But the Groot wheel is done here in 11 days. So we'll see what happens in 11 days once this, I think it's the Omega Pass, also expires in... no, it expires in a week. Okay, so we got 3 timers going on here, guys. We got the big Wolverine event, which that timer can go on forever. It doesn't matter. It's effectively done in 2 weeks anyway. We got the Groot wheel, which is done in 2 weeks. And then we got the Omega Pass, which is done... next Monday. So if they got to tell us something, because if this Omega Pass leaves and then we got nothing, I don't really have to say anymore. You guys kind of get the picture. But and I've already started playing another game to fill in my time, because I'm already thinking I want to play something else, because if this game just dies, yeah, that's a whole nother video. Anyways, let's go into the state of my account. So I did actually make some big moves this week. If we, let me here pull up my stats from last week. So last week, my Black Widow was 2.509. I have put on over 100,000 power. Now, some of this, last week's video, I was in MJC, which did not have an attack buff, and now I went to just having an 8% attack buff added onto my whole roster, which you'll see throughout when I look at my characters. Like Wolverine was 1.98, now he's over 2 million. Spider-Man 1.5, Scarlet Witch 1.5. As you see, I did transmute some Rise of the East over to her. I know that it's not the ideal set, but I do have some steampunk. I want to keep Eyes of Osiris on Widow. I know that would go really, really well with my Spider-Man. But I like the Widow gameplay. Wolverine, I'm okay with him with where he is. 2 million. I'm going to be working on his card soon. He's good. He still gets me decent numbers in AR. And I do still enjoy Black Widow. Plus, for me to transmute 11 cards over to Wolverine is going to cost me like 80 million gold, which I can never seem to hold on to gold. But Wolverine, we'll jump into him real quick. Show you guys him. He's basically an AR toon. And he also contributes to my squad battles. So, if we look at him real quick, look at his cards. These are his PvP cards. So he does have 5 specials and a crit damage card. So it's decent cards. And then here's his PvE cards. Obviously he's got the Scarlet Witch card. But then he's kind of rehashing these 3 special cards. The only card that's not... I did pull the Storm card, so that's nice. The Storm and Captain Marvel are the 2 PvP cards. You definitely want them in your roster. The cooldown's nice. And then we got an attack, and a crit damage. So he's got decent cards. That's got to work on them. And then if we go look really quickly. So I said I was going to take all of his specializations to 7. So as you see, these are the ones that I use. I got the 2 oranges to 7. And the green, I'm just working on the yellows and the red. And then I'm going to leave him as is. Because once a specialization trait gets to 7... as you see right here, if I move my noggin, the chance rate to actually increase it drops through the floor. I do believe steps 6 to 7 was 50%, and at least 50% you got a coin flip of getting it. Now I got less than a coin flip. So I'm just going to work these ones up to 7, and then Spider-Man's going to be getting the rest of his specialization materials. So let's go look at Spider-Man real quick. So Spider-Man took a little bit of a bump. He was 1.489 last week. Now he is 1.556. Part of that is the 8% attack buff that's account-wide. But he also got some work on his specializations and his cards and his potential. So Wolverine's potential's done. Black Widow's potential is done. If we look here on Spider-Man's potential, I'm getting there. So I am buying the 500 crystal potential boxes every Monday. If I don't buy the 2 perks, I'm gonna have less crystals, but I do want to get him, at least I want to get this HP done, and then this one we'll leave it as is, because I will still be getting his potential over time through training grounds, and that gives me at least something to put it into. I'm not going to max it out. And actually, my Wolverine and my Black Widow are the same. They both have that 1 bar. I think it's defense on my Black Widow, and I think it's, I don't know what it is on my Wolverine. But I leave a little bit of cushion just to add to it slowly over time. So his potential's getting there, right? He's just got, what, basically 17 of these left to go. And then his cards are actually coming along quite nice. I've actually made a lot of progression on his cards. So he also has the Captain Marvel PvP increase card. He's got the melee decrease and the range decrease, and then these 2 attack cards. So I would say that Wolverine's cards are better than Spider-Man's cards, even though Spider-Man has more 6-star cards. It's just these 2 cards, while good, the Magik cards are good, are kind of niche, really. Really, the Storm and the Captain Marvel card, and then attack cards and crit damage cards are really the ones that everyone seems to go. And I think I went through this last week, or maybe I didn't. I kind of looked at the top 30 of DD players, Dimension Duel players in my server last week, and that's kind of the mix that everyone uses. Is basically the 2 PvP cards, 2 attack cards, and then two attack or 2 crit damage cards, a mix of the 2. So I'd say the Wolverine's cards are better, and then his gear is just 5-star Sakaar. So I think I am going to stick with the Sakaar set on him. So it's going to be Black Widow, Eyes of Osiris, Rise of the East on Scarlet Witch, Steampunk on Captain America, Hydra on Wolverine, and Sakaar on Spider-Man. So that is the top 5. I think that's the top 5. I think that's top 5. Let's see. Eyes of Osiris. Let's move my head. So Eyes of Osiris on my Black Widow. Let's start at the bottom. So we got Steampunk, Rise of the East, Sakaar, Hydra, Eyes of Osiris. There we go. Okay, and then let's go into the Widow. So I am at the point now where I have used all of my nano fodder for Eyes of Osiris on my Widow. If we go look right here, we'll see. As you see, that's not it there. That's not it either. Here it is. So I've actually put on 2 nanos this week. 2 of them. 2 on the head, actually, which is gave me the lion's share of the increase because you get all that juicy attack. As you see, it's 4 crit damage. My head's almost covering it, but 4 crit damage, 1 defense pierce. And then I get this extra attack stat line right here and this max damage stat. If we want to look at my gear right now, in case this is the first time stumbling upon one of my videos. So this is my headpiece. As you see, lots of crit damage because the Widow needs lots of crit damage. Defense pierce. The chest, not great because it doesn't have crit chance. I do have a bunch of stat change cards that I am going to use on this to try to get... I still need... You need... or at least, and on my Widow, every character needs at least 2 accuracy, but I also need a crit damage so that I can hit my crit damage cap numbers. This guard damage and this attack I can do without. Now, if we look at my gun is perfect. Let's just get my head out of the way. This is the perfect gun. 3 crit damage decrease, 2 guard damage decrease. This thing is a thing of beauty. You rolled that by chance, didn't have to change any stats. And then this thing's not too bad too. The only thing that could be better if this said stamina increase. If the 3 cooldown is excellent. Ultimate gauge recovery, always good for Widow. And then this HP is, I'll take it, but it could be stamina recovery. So her gear, other than Not having crit chance on my chest is very, very nice. It's very, very nice. Let's see. If you haven't seen, these are the badges that I'm rocking. So I'm rocking 4 Thanos. All of them have cooldown. And then I'm rocking the increase attack by 2.5% Crow badge. And the decrease stamina consumption by 6% Crow badge as my 1 and 6. All of them have the right colors. Every red core is a crit chance core because I need as much crit chance as I can get. And then I have a few, I think like 2 crit damage, and then otherwise all the other greens are defense pierce. If we want to look at my stats right now, so my attack is almost 44,000. My ultimate gauge recovery is what it is. There's my accuracy rates. I would actually like it higher. If I could get 3 rolls of accuracy on my chest, that'd be awesome, but I don't know. I'll take this. I have still noticed far that second roll of accuracy on my chest just made my character just jump up a tier. You really have to get at least 2 on your chest piece, guys. You just do if you want PvP in this game. So my crit damage decrease, it's okay. I've definitely seen a lot higher. I think this thing crits goes up to 200. And here's where the crit rate that I was talking about. I used to have, at my highest, I had about 66% crit rate, if you go back and watch some of my earlier videos. But when I lost the 10% off of my chest, it really knocked me down a peg. Crit damage no longer capped because I used to have 2 rolls of it on my chest piece. I will get more when I add another nano onto my headpiece, but I don't know when I'm going to get another piece of Eyes of Osiris fodder. Defense pierce, very important. You want to get that. It is capped. Cooldown decrease is not capped. They should really factor in this number right here, -8. So I've said it before. I'm sitting in actually about 42% cooldown, but it doesn't see. It seems to not affect me in game. In AR, I will sometimes, depending how much I got to run around. Like say on those bosses like Crow, Mephisto, Dormammu, where you can just stand still and just attack all out. I will run into cooldown issues, but it's not that common. And then PvP stats, 75% is my PvP decrease. Also probably the stat you want to go for first if you're a PvP player. And my PvP damage increase, which ticks me off that it is not red, but it is 74.8. So my stats, while not being uber super crazy Kraken worthy, they do the trick. My squad rank, which we never talked about, is 263. Last week it was 258. Now you got to keep in mind I've added 1 today with my dailies and stuff. So if this was 262, I added 4 ranks onto my squad rank this week. And that's pretty much all I did, really, is just those 2 extra nanos on my headpiece. My cards have not changed. These are my PvP cards. These are my awesome cards, right? Crit damage to attack. The veteran card. That's the ideal. That's what it is. When I looked at everyone had the veteran card. The majority of people, I think 21 out of 30 had both these PvP cards. And then it was a mix. It was either 2 crit damage and attack or 2 attack and a crit. There was a smattering of people that had other cards like cooldown, accuracy. I think there was a couple crit rate cards. And then a couple of those magic cards. But those ones were like just hit or miss. It was not across the board. This seemed to be one of the typical builds for a top player in DD. Last week for rankings, I'm sorry I can't show you this guys now because it just started, but as you see, I didn't do my battle challenge for today. Day 1, I'm 20th in squad battles, and already day 1, I'm top 50 in Omega War with a measly score. I won both of my Omega Wars, but the highest I could get was 49. It was actually close, good matches. That's a lie. They weren't. They were horrible matches. But other people were hogging all the kills. That's right. Shout out to Rescue Squad and Amakir, who were in one that I could never get a attack in, guys. You guys were killing them too quickly. But I'm gonna definitely have to focus more on squad battles and Omega War to bring in the brunt of my crystals, since if I'm not going to be spending. What else? I'll show you my squad battle team real quick. So I think I got like 24th last week. Can't remember. 20th now. But these are my teams. So we'll look at my attack team is the same as my defense team. So this is my primer team, we'll call it. So Magik comes out. She's got the summon build. Moon Knight, not the best, but you know that might blind somebody. And then Cap comes out with America Chavez, because if they have Hulks or whatever out on the field at that time, America Chavez is going to kill the Hulk. And then Captain America is going to try to hold him as long as he can. All for Scarlet Witch. So Cap 1.5, Scarlet Witch 1.5. She is on basically a support build. So the first move that she does when she comes out is the Mass Confuse. The whole goal is to try to get the other team to kill itself or soften itself up for my A team to come in and do the trick. Obviously, Spider-Man comes out first. He's going to be pestering them. You all know Spider-Man. He does what he does. He dodges all the time. He's going to be taking a bunch of attacks. They're going to expel some of their abilities. And then my big main, my 2.62 Widow is going to come in and start doing the real work, followed up by Wolverine, who has Wong on him to try to clear off if any debuffs. If there's a Scarlet Witch or a Doctor Strange or something, he comes out. He's going to clean my team right up. So this is the team I run on my server. But as you see, there's a lot of whales out here right now. Lucky Tom, he's a really good player. This is probably Mishako, however you say that. Obviously, he's a top tier. Ooh, yeah, 2.4 and a 2.8 Iron Man. Nice, good deal. And then yeah, I don't know who that is. Shifted, that's an endgame player. I've heard that name, don't know who they are. And then Grey Warden, I beat him quite easily. So that's my squad battle team. And then other than that, I don't know what to tell you guys. So like I said, I'm gonna not buy some of those perks. I'm gonna try to play cheap to play, like really cheap to play. I'm not gonna be spending $500 a month on this game anymore, at least until I know this game's gonna be around for a year, and they're gonna do something to make it better. So sorry to bring the mood down. Cheers, everybody. But it is what it is. I love video games. I love making content on YouTube. I'm just gonna keep going at this one until the wheels fall off. But Net Marble, if you're listening, you just lost some monthly income because you're being dumb. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, if you're on the Hydra server, we got 4 alliances in our guild or in our cluster right now. 2 semi-casual, 2 competitive. You saw the video at the very beginning. Contact Bud the Stud on Discord, and we'll find you a spot. Till next time, guys. Cheers, peace. Oh, the word of the day is cheap. Cheap is the word of the day. Put it down in the comments now, because I am cheap from now on. I'll be really impressed if you guys watch through the rolling Marvel credits to hear the word of the day. Till next time, guys. Cheers, peace, bye-bye.